Very good. Hello and hello and welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is David Novak, and today I am going to do the Hold My Place tag. This tag was created by Heather at Heather Reads and Meg at Books Off the Beaten Path. I will put links to their channel in the description box. And I was tagged by Jim at Jim's Books, Reading, and Stuff, although I don't do that so well as he did. And this is a nice, fun one. Do you know how many bookmarks you own? No, I don't. Bookmarks are a thing which come and go around here. Were I to pull down every book from the shelf, probably a lot of them would have a bookmark that I neglected to remove. Number 2, which of your bookmarks do you like using most and why? I can't say that I have a favorite. As I say, they come and go all the time. So I don't really have any favorites. I prefer one that it looks kind of nice and not one that's kind of ugly like this. But I wind up using something like that often enough. Number 3, if you can, show off a bookmark you own, which is an example of, and then it's subdivided, A bookmark received as a gift. I don't have one of those. B, something that is not meant to be a bookmark that you have used as a bookmark. And, well, most recently that would be this. And actually, I've used other things that were not intended for bookmarks, such as those little subscription cards inside magazines, or just a thing from a bill, or an envelope, that kind of thing. This actually was pretty nice because it being clear. And I thought, well, if I could, I'd get standard bookmarks made that were clear. But I was in a position where I had nothing else at the moment, and then as soon as I could, I swapped it for a regular bookmark. Okay, so that was it. Sometimes when you're in a bad situation, you study the page real hard and you say, page 148. And then when you come back, you hope that you've remembered that. So that's use of memory as a bookmark. C, a bookmark advertising a bookstore. And I have examples of those. So this one, I have the bookmark that came with the book, actually. It's kind of, the book is big and the bookmark seems kind of thin, but I'm sure you've seen something of this sort. Better World Books, an online vendor. But that is not the pièce de résistance. Now, where is that book, though? Well, unfortunately, did I put it up there? I know. Well, now I have a cat on my lap, and the book is gone. Oh, dear. Now, there is no... Oh, here it is. Okay. Preparation. I have started reading The Tale of the Heike, I don't know how you say that, And if you look, it came from a place called Magus Books. And this is actually the bookmark that I am using. But the bookmark from the store is in the book. It's almost too precious to use. And this is, I was in Seattle a few years ago, and this is so precious, you don't want to use it. But I dream about the bookstore, Magus Books. It was just such a wonderful store. I just have visions of returning to that place. Well, we don't need to go off into a rhapsody there. I envy my BookTube friends that live in Seattle. D, a bookmark that holds your place using magnets. I don't have one of those. E, a bookmark that has your name or initials. I don't have one of those. And then number 4, do you have any special purpose bookmarks, or do you designate certain bookmarks for certain kinds of books? No, I do not. 5, do you use anything unusual as a bookmark? I tend not to. I think that kind of duplicates the other question about something not meant for a bookmark. Somebody was showing how you can take a Kleenex and fold it up, and it makes a nice bookmark. I've done that as well. Number 6, are there types of bookmarks that you don't like? For example, a vegan not wanting to use leather bookmarks. Well, I don't like wooden bookmarks, and that's an example of a bookmark that I remember having gotten as a gift. A friend had traveled abroad or something and got me a bookmark made out of wood. I think at the top there was something stamped in metal, even a little design or something, and I didn't like it because it was wood and it was fat. I mean, it would be akin to using a ruler or something, and it just was not suitable. Number 7, are there types of bookmarks you do not own but would like to, or types of bookmarks you would like to have more of? No, I cannot say, but I thought that I would reiterate something that I believe Jim talked about. This Library of America editions, for example, come with these little strings in them. And you can see my strings are tucked away very nicely because in a house with cats, they are the worst kind of bookmark you can have. Were it not for the cats, I would wish that all of my books had them. So you can see that here. I won't go dangling anything. The temptation would be too great. And I was going to show you something else. Oh, was it this, what I was using? Oh yeah, so I'm sorry, I'm just very disordered today. I have a bunch of bookmarks somewhere. Saved by the dogs. I have used this little card from the Haymarket Opera Company often. Have a whole bunch of those. An example of another one from a bookstore is this one from, hey, come on, from Gandhi Bookstore. And if I were a horoscope, would you read me? I don't quite understand that question. Hey, come on, guys. They don't listen, do they? This one, from Sarah Suzanka, I don't use because it is too big. I don't like, she has a whole set of books, The Not So Big House, but her bookmark was too big. And in the case of using a bookmark such as this one, you may find that I will cut it down to size. And part of the reason for that is if my concentration is really off, then you can just use it as a guide to focus your eyes on the line. And I think, okay, if you read ebooks, are you happy or unhappy with how your e-reading device handles bookmarks? Well, I just use, well, sometimes I use Libby on the iPad, sometimes I use Kindle on the iPad. I think the Kindle tends to open up to the page previous to the one you left off, but sometimes it opens up to the page that you left off. And a couple of times it's happened where it opens up to the page after the one where you left off. And I think when I get a book from Libby, it's been sort of similar. But all in all, I have no qualms about that. And then optional question added by Margaret, are you happy or unhappy with the way audiobooks handle bookmarks? And I don't know how audiobooks do it. And I haven't actually used a genuine audiobook. I've only used LibriVox, and if you know how they do it, they separate each chapter into its own segment. And so in that case, I would try to finish a chapter completely. Actually, in general, that's my practice. If I can, I try to read a chapter to completion, which is why I prefer shorter chapters than as opposed to longer ones. Now, a book like this, the first chapter in it is something like 70 pages or that, so I'm going to be dividing it less than that. My reading today has all fallen apart, but if I get into a regular mode or a regular swing of things with that book, then I would aim for a set number that, like 20 pages of that or something like that. This book, Parkman, I always check ahead to see what I've got in store for me. I read it first thing before I go to bed, and I can handle a certain number of pages. I like to leave it at about 20 pages per evening, and so it all depends on how the chapters are. There's been times when I went over by 5 or 10 because there were three real short chapters, or I'll leave it off. Most usually it's like 18, something like that. So that is the thing with bookmarks. You see, I like having this, but I don't want to cut this down because it's kind of a specialty bookstore. We actually went and visited a house which she designed that was up on the North Shore somewhere, and it really was a gorgeous property. And the only thing going against it was that and somebody had bought the house already, but the asking price for the house was double all of the rest of the houses in the neighborhood. But it was really a beautiful house. That was many years ago. So I will leave that here. Thank you, Jim, for tagging me. And I will put some taggees into the description box below. Thank you for stopping by my channel.